Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Out of the Light, our D&D 5e wonderful 2 stories, 1 campaign podcast playing thing that we've been doing. This is it, folks. This is the final showdown. I guess the final showdown already happened. There might be a showdown.
It's the final. Thank you. We're so on the same wavelength.
It's the end. Group 1 had their final episode on Monday.
They're all dead.
They might be all dead.
No.
Mick might be lying. You should watch the episode to find out.
Right.
And
Prove me wrong.
because they started it off, they kicked it off. This group is going to be rounding it out. And that's what I got. We have a couple announcements, I think. We have Do You Fear Death on Sundays. That is a co-DM'd. There's a bunch of us. What is there, like 6 of us playing? 7 of us playing?
There might, yeah,
6,
a lot.
I think.
There's a lot.
There's a bunch of us
Yeah, I
playing,
think it's 6.
but there's 2 DMs, and I was wondering how that was going to work online, but it seemed to work. I think it worked pretty good, right? I mean, yeah. I think it worked out just fine. There was no downtime. Everyone got to like do their thing. It was super fun. So check that out. I'm definitely hearing reverb, Miss Kayla. I know. I'm hearing me. I'm hearing me.
Walk downstairs, slap him.
Yeah, so that's happening. The first episode is you can watch it right now. You can watch it on Twitch. You can also watch it on YouTube. It's been uploaded there too. Next week, I'm not sure what's happening. We're trying to set up some new things, but I don't know what the timeline of that is yet, so I'm not going to make any new announcements of that. But we have 2, maybe 3 different RPG streams that are going to be coming out. So once we have a definite timeline, we'll start putting that out there. Hopefully we can get at least something started next week, but we'll see. We'll see. Down to the wire on that one. But that was beautiful.
Classy.
Beautiful. And I think that's what we got, right? I'm not missing anything.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I feel like
you got everything.
We got a lot of stuff happening, but none of it
Killed it. Good job.
is there yet. So, well, thanks, Tony. I feel
Oh,
good.
I'm serious. You did good.
You know, that's it. Who wants to recap last week? Who's taking that? Kayla, are you going to finish up your Out of the Light recap greatness?
Can you hear me when I talk?
I can.
Mhm.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep. I don't think you can hear. Okay.
I'm trying the AirPods.
Can you hear
All
us
right.
when we talk?
I can hear you.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Yes, I can. They might die eventually, but, we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Well, we started our week off with a battle. We ended up going... Oh, sorry. The battle was with a Kraken. And we ended up going into the Kraken's mouth and coming out on solid ground. How crazy is that? What sense does it make? I don't know. Let's see. We end up coming back out the place that we came from. And then, let's see. We came upon an altar. Oh, yeah, Bink died. And then got to control all of us and made a really creepy smile when he found out he could control all of us. And then Bink's alive but reincarnated as a female halfling. And my notes are not as thorough as usual. All right, Pillar of Light in the Sky.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, there was a pillar of light overnight that came down directly onto the cave that you had just left. It seemed to be so bright it almost solidified, and then over the course of the night, it dissipated, and you find yourselves, I think, the next morning with the sun rising, waking up in your camp just a little outside of that place that you exited, in the middle of a jungle, and there you are, just hanging out, y'all.
Oh, I slept like crap.
Was it all the panther noises, Cap? They got a little unruly last night.
Oh, is it mating season? What the hell was going on? It was so loud.
It might be. That might have been Bink snoring. I don't know.
What the? Oh my! Wake her up.
Bink, wake up.
You think the snoring would have gotten better with the new body, but nope.
I think this one has a deviated septum too.
Still that sleep apnea. I thought sometimes just the breathing you could count to like 10, no breath. Well, you're up.
That. Hello?
You're up. Good morning, Pink.
Good morning.
I'm still not used to you being this way.
Yeah, me neither.
And from the south, apparently.
Magical things happened in there.
Your voice changed overnight. Like, first your body changed and you sound the same, but now, you went to bed and you sound different.
I can breathe again.
Oh,
Just have a problem when I sleep.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I looked very beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get up.
Well, Cap, it looks like we came full circle. The fuck do we get back home?
Maybe we can go to the ocean and call for that master dude. And
you don't think he's gonna be a little pissed that we found the altar and didn't claim it in his name?
Yeah, that's what came into my head after I said it.
Yeah.
You guys should have let me keep it in my name.
No.
I would have sent you home.
Your name.
You wanted to. No, you wouldn't have. You were going to kill me.
No, I would never do that, Captain.
I should chop your hand off right now.
No, don't you do that. I need it.
No, you do not.
Yes, I do.
I don't know. Maybe we can call out to that Jaquil guy. Maybe he knows how to get us home.
Maybe we should kill him.
Maybe if Pink was a better wizard, we could use some magic to get here.
You shut your goddamn mouth, Captain.
Don't you talk to me like that.
I will. Don't you? And I'm gonna slap him. Don't you talk to a woman like that.
I don't care if you are a woman or not. You are part of my crew. I am the captain and you listen to me.
I have been listening to you.
You just hit me.
Yeah, 'cause you're mean.
I don't understand you.
Make me sick.
On the ship, you'll refer to me as idiot, not you, Captain.
So what are we gonna do now? We're stuck here.
We got to double time it. Ludicrous speed to the beach.
All right. In your lead, Cap.
Sure.
All right, what's the marching order as you continue on beachward?
Wave, you remember the way? You lead it if you do.
Aye, aye, Cap. Yes.
I'll go in the back.
Okay. So Wave, Captain Hondo, Bink, Jade.
I'm gonna be in the back.
Oh.
Binkette.
Binkette.
Bink and Wave.
Is that what you still want us to refer to you as just Bink?
I'm gonna randomly generate my name.
Oh, it's gonna be. I didn't think we would deviate to a new name so much, so I thought maybe it would be close, but something you were more comfortable with. But okay, if that's what you want.
I like
So,
All right.
Would you give me
How
a
would-
second, please?
I'm just making sure that you are comfortable and we call you what you want us to.
I'm gonna
Kill
call
We
you.
call you what
My
you
name is
you know what-
Beatrice.
Who? Beatrice?
Yep,
Okay.
Beatrice. All right.
That's
Beatrice
right.
is close. It's
that's
easy
right,
enough to
boys.
remember.
Eat your heart out.
Close enough.
I'm
Wave. why
sorry,
don't-
but you are not very good looking.
Yes, I am, boy. Shut
No.
up. That's not
You
very
have- you have-
nice.
You have a very
Look at this hair.
but you have like the big ass mole on your nose. It's gross.
Oh man, I thought you wouldn't notice that.
I speak it so it is coming into existence.
How did you see that? My magic's gone.
Okay, Beatrice. You walk behind me and I don't know. Come on, we're going to the beach.
Okay, Wave. Why don't you roll a survival check for me as you're heading back towards the beach?
You got it. That's a 15.
So you continue on, moving the way, having a pretty fair idea of how to get back to that sandy beach where you entered, where you first were spit out onto this island by the sea. As you go, you keep an eye out for the different dangers that you already know are there, right? So there are the Panthers, though you're hoping that they're more nocturnal, because the last time that you dealt with them, it was the middle of the night. And you continue on, keeping close to the ground, but kind of, you said double timing it, so moving as quickly as you can.
I keep tripping over my little feet. Hello? Somebody gonna help me or what?
No, you are a strong, independent woman. You walk for yourself.
I just keep tripping. I'm not used to these feet.
Your feet should be bigger than they were before. It should make it easier. More
Nah,
padding.
they
More
flop
surface
around like
area.
flapjacks.
I mean, I can cut them off if you'd like.
Now.
It's like instead of boop 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 like I used to do.
It's okay. Your center of gravity's off. You have lady parts. I understand.
If I dance, maybe I'll get better.
No, do not dance. We're in a hurry. Why would you start dancing?
I dare
We
you.
got nowhere to go.
We're going to the beach. We're going to flag down a ship. I have a good feeling there will be one there for us to get, and we will steal it.
What if there's nothing there, Captain?
There will be. Must have
What
hope.
if there's nothing there?
Well, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Says who?
Says me.
Your mama?
I try to be nice, and you just keep insulting me.
Oh,
I would never do that.
Can everybody roll a perception check for me while you're stopped for your big-footed halfling friend to dance?
Oh shit.
Ooh.
She could have been skipping the
Okay.
whole way. You know that?
All right. So you all,
Got me too.
except for
Natural 20.
yeah, you got a nat 20 there, man. It's good stuff.
Fucking go.
So while she stops and is insulting the captain and dancing, you notice something, Beatrice, sorry,
Thank
out
you.
in the distance. Something bright and shiny, and it is flying in your direction rather quickly.
Hey! You guys see that over there?
And as you call
No.
out, Jade and Hondo look, and they see it too. It's this one thing coming, and then as it kind of darts around a tree, continuing on your way, you notice that there are others. And all of a sudden, the sky is full of these brightly colored things as they're flying directly towards you. I need everyone to make a dex save. And everyone except for Wave can make it at advantage.
Oh, 50.
18.
Advantage.
All right.
23.
Dirty 20.
See all these things coming at us?
They're kind of hard to
Do
miss.
now.
All right, so Bink.
Beatrice, damn it!
Beatrice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The fuck?
Oh, you got a 15 there. Never mind.
I got a 15.
All right, good job, Beatrice. As you all duck down very quickly as these things start flying by overhead, you look up and you get a good look at them, and they appear to be snakes. Brightly
I hate
colored,
snakes!
green, red, oranges, but with wings as they are flying directly overhead and by you.
Ah!
And as Beatrice screams out, they do seem to notice, and the lead snake seems to turn and come back in your general direction. I want you guys to roll initiative quick. Gotta love that. Last session I rolled a 19 for random encounter, so. Alright, so as this is happening, they haven't gotten to you yet, but Jade, what are you gonna do?
Doesn't Josh go first because he has higher dex?
Did Doc also get a 21? Oh, I didn't
Yes,
even see that because you rolled before me. So yeah, Wave, what are you gonna do?
All right. How many of these flying snakes are there?
Make a perception check for free. Because they all kind of blur
17?
together. They're kind of stuck
Okay.
together. Oh, okay. Roll a d12 for me. And if it's lower than
Jesus.
6, we're gonna add 5.
It is a 1.
Okay, so that is gonna be 6.
All right, and I can tell. I have a good idea of which one is the leader.
Yeah. There's the one that kind of like turned around, kind of like, almost like the flying V for birds, but it's the one kind of like that they're all seem to be following and taking their lead from.
Okay. Bonus action: cast Hunter's Mark on the leader,
Sure.
and then shoot a couple arrows at him.
Okay, roll to attack.
Let me make sure. Is this? I should know this better, but now that I have 2 attacks, both attacks it counts. Okay, that's good. The first one is a crit.
Okay, yeah.
29.
Roll for damage for that.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
It is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 points of damage?
Yeah, so your first shot, it splits this thing, and it practically explodes in feathers and snake guts.
Okay.
Oh, you're my hero, Wave.
Good shot.
And then I would take another arrow at the next closest one.
Yeah, go for him.
That is a 28.
28 is also going to hit. Yeah.
That's just 11.
Just.
All right, that also managed to kill it. At that, you hit it, and it pins it right to a tree where it seems to writhe for just a second before falling limp. Does that end your turn?
It does.
Jade, you're now up.
Unless I can move behind any kind of like foliage or.
Sure. Yeah,
trees.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a rapier attack at the nearest one to me.
You're going to what?
None of them are close to you. They haven't really come in yet. They've kind of like just made the curve. If you want, you can hold. Yeah, I know ducks have the flying.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'll
Chad.
hold it then.
Okay, yeah, hold an action until one comes in melee. Perfect.
Yes.
That's gonna happen right about now at initiative order 19. So there are 4 of them and there are 4 of you, so they each are gonna come in and try to bite at you. The first one goes right at Jade. Why don't you roll for your attack as it gets into melee?
12.
12 is not going to hit. As you,
Shot.
yeah, and it's with a rapier, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you stab at this thing, it kind of halts, using its wings to pull it back. And after you pull back the sword, it's going to go in at you for a bite. That's a 17 to hit.
Yes, it does.
You are going to take 1 piercing damage.
And 5,000 poison damage.
And six poison damage. All right, the next one is going to attack Wave, as it kind of goes the far way around the tree and gets at you. That's going to be a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use an ability.
What is
to
your
make that
ability?
thing re-roll it.
Okay. All right.
Has to re-roll that.
Yeah, man. That's a 23, but not
That'll
natural
still hit,
20.
but it's not a crit.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
Good use. So that's 1 piercing damage plus 6 again. Poison. Getting those medium rolls over and over, huh? Hondo.
Matt does not love medium rolls.
17. I don't. No, I love another kind of roll. Hondo, 17 to hit.
Nope.
It goes and it bites at you, and you bat it away as its sharp fangs hit onto your
Shield.
armor. Yeah, right on the shield as you just kind of push it away. And then Beatrice, it's a 23 to hit. Beatrice, I'm going to assume the 23 hits.
Are you frozen or not moving? Oh, you weren't moving. Holy
You're going to
shit,
take
that was
1
a-
point of piercing damage and 8 points of poison. All right.
Don't
and
you shake your head at me, young lady.
And at that, they continue on and fly away without provoking attacks of opportunity. And then just continue through the trees and like book it at that point after you took out a couple of them so quickly, and they weren't quite able to do the damage they were hoping to. And that's combat.
Oh, Wave, you did such a good job.
Yeah, maybe you'll finally give me some respect around here.
Wait, I'm gonna walk up to Wave. Wave, we should kill the captain and take over, and you and I could be the best. You and I could be the best piratess on the sea.
I'm actually going to backhand her at this point. Slap her across the face.
Sure.
No!
And say, where I come from, there's a penalty for treason. And if you do it again, I will use a sword.
It's not treason. I'm just trying to make the captain happy.
There are no mutiny. There's no mutinous members of our crew. You can either get on board with the captain, or I can kill you right now.
I'm gonna walk up to the captain after getting hit. Ugh. Captain, did you just see that? He hit me for no reason. You should kill him. Get rid of him.
I'm gonna trip her with my tail. Like, sneakily.
Get rid of both of them.
Can I see if I heard what she said to Wave?
Oh, I definitely just think you heard it. I don't.
No,
I
I
don't.
tried to be sneaky.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
All right. I mean,
But
Come on.
he would have heard me call her mutinous because
Right.
I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to hide it.
That's true. Listen, Captain. It could be me and you. Take over the whole sea. Just gotta get rid of the cat and the Wave guy. This is our chance.
Okay, listen.
And one shot.
Listen to me.
One opportunity.
I'm going to make an echo next to myself.
sure.
Both of them have their arms crossed. Listen to me. If you keep trying to do this, you are going to die.
Die from what?
The three of us.
We're all gonna die on this island anyway. Might as well have some fun.
I haven't gotten to trip her yet, so now I'm going to trip her with my tail.
Can I
Legally.
roll to see if I trip and how hard I trip?
Yeah.
Please.
We'll call this a grapple. A tail grapple. So, Jade, why don't you roll an athletics check? Beatrice, you can roll either acrobatics or athletics to contest.
Oh.
Oh God! Ah!
You get tripped.
I fall. My dress! Ah! We should just take her out right now, Captain.
I considered taking you out right now, just now.
I got you. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Listen. It's not okay.
No, it is not. So you will get with the program, or you will no longer be part of this crew.
Are we at the beach yet?
No. This was in the middle of the forest.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Let's keep moving.
You gotta remember, you guys moved for the better part of like a day and a half almost to get to the center of the island.
You walk in front of me. I'm going to keep an eye on you.
Just
Okay,
out of
fine.
caution, I'm also using a bonus action to transfer Hunter's Mark to Babette.
Sure. And that lasts how long?
An hour.
Okay. You know where Babette is at all time.
Yep.
Binky Boo. Okay. You continue on, and I'm not rolling for another random encounter because I've already hit it once. And you do move for the better part of the day. So you got up with the sun, right? And you are purposely trying to get it going get there as quickly as you can. So keeping your head low, not noticing any more really weird flying snakes that you've never seen before. You come upon late into the afternoon a small pond that seems to be fed by like a natural spring. It's a pretty open area, rather nice and idyllic, and at this point your water skins are rather low. So you go over, check the water. It seems to be perfectly potable, so you graciously start drinking and refilling water skins and kind of looking around at this scenery. You're pretty sure you're fairly close to the beach at this point.
Well,
I got nothing to say to you.
what happened to you?
I don't have to tell you nothing.
What is wrong? Just say it.
Nope.
We got along so well for so long.
I've been telling you from the beginning, Cap. There was something off about him, and now there's something more off about her. Every time she comes back to life from the dead, she's more and more of a bitch.
Take that back, you son of a...
A little bit of power goes right to your head every single time. Do you remember that time? Do you remember that time about 4 years ago when we found that tomb that had all the magic items in it? And you wanted to keep every single one of them so that you could be the strongest of all of us.
Yep.
You
So I
tried
can
to start
protect
a
you.
mutiny then, and we sold all the items and and reinforced the ship. Not that it did us any good. Recently, that thing destroyed it in 2 seconds.
Should have gave it to me. I would have been able to protect you, and we would have been fine.
Half of that stuff was not combat stuff.
How do you know?
Because we had it appraised when we got to town.
Those people don't know nothing. You know they're just trying to screw you.
The enchanters know how to identify that
Yeah.
stuff. We don't get along well like we used to.
Yeah,
We get
because
off
of them.
If we
Because
get
of
off this island, when we get back to the mainland, when we go out on sea again, you are not coming with us.
Fine.
You've gotten
And
selfish.
watch.
I don't like it.
You'll all get lost. And I'll laugh.
We'll be fine.
We have
Wait.
waves. We will be
We're a
just
better navigator than you anyway.
Right. Just wait.
just you wait.
Get me to this damn beach.
We're at the beach.
Do we see anything? Is there
And you're at the beach.
Magic fucking boat at this damn beach.
Beatrice, make a perception check. Maybe you will find a magical fucking boat on this damn beach.
What did you want? Perception?
Perception. It's a 20! You don't see shit.
There's no damn boats here, Captain!
We may have to wait a little while, but one should come by.
When? When? You don't even know where we are!
We are in the middle of the ocean.
No.
Uh-oh.
That's a really good place to...
Uh-oh. There he goes.
Hey.
Sorry. Unbeknownst to anyone else, Wave took out the key and said, "Lock Beatrice."
Yeah. You guys, you look up and down the shoreline, looking around. There are some other tiny islands far out, none that seem as large as the one that you're on. But you don't notice any signs of life on them. You don't notice any signs of ships across the sea. You're really not sure where you are. You're pretty sure you're a fairly good distance away from where you started, from where you had your ship, but you're not sure.
I'm going to kind of take a step away from everyone, kind of like off, saying I'm going to go look on another part of the island. And have a little conversation with Jaquil, if I don't know where he might be, but to see if he can hear me. Just kind of like holding the key and like calling out, just like talking in general.
To who? To
Jaquil. Mm-hmm. Just be like, hey, so Jaquil, we gave you the damn altar, all in the name of restoring balance, and now we need to get off this fucking island. So I don't know if you can hear me or if you're watching over us here like you were back wherever we were where we met you. But any kind of help you can give us would be appreciated. A ship, of an elemental that can transport us back home. Like, we're kind of stuck here, buddy. We helped you out.
All that, holding the key, looking around, speaking that, you don't seem to be getting any response. And as you kind of look up and down, unable to really find anything, you look out to the ocean, you look back, you kind of look at, just around in general, and you don't seem to get any response at all. Kayla, one thing you could try possibly to not have an echo is you could do push to talk and set a key so that when you press it, you talk, but then when you're not talking, it wouldn't pick up your voice. That might help.
Okay, I was gonna see if I could find headphones.
Well,
but...
I see you look. I think if you want to try to do push to talk, it might be easier to do. You just go into options and then select that.
And then I have to remember to push every time I want to say something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's easier for you, but it's another option. All right. It is early evening. There's still a decent amount of daylight left. But it's up, up to you what you want to do for the evening.
We're going to build a giant bonfire. So any ships passing by would see it. And we can wave them down. So we will all work together to collect as much wood as we can.
Okay. Good idea, Cap.
Chip, let's go. And I'll start, rather than, I'll leave any wood on the ground that I know they can get. So I'll try to start chopping, because I have the axe, more wood besides what can be found, like driftwood and stuff, because I know they can pick that up, but I'm going to try to get even extra by chopping stuff down.
Sure, absolutely. So you can work on that, looking for limbs that maybe, or trees themselves that seem to maybe be a little more dried out so that they'll light well. Yeah, 100%. And with the four of you working, unless some of you decide to tell me that you're going to say fuck this and plan to murder someone instead, that's up to you. But you are definitely able to find plenty of wood around. There's certainly no one else collecting the fallen lumber. And you can put it for a rather large bonfire, and then you have plenty of time to continue to get additional lumber that you can throw in and keep the fire going throughout the night.
And all day.
I'll help.
Really? Good. You can you make fire with your magic?
Nope.
Okay. It was worth a shot. Luckily I have some flint and tinder. No. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, come on.
Okay. Yeah. What come on what? I'm work.
Make a fire.
Alright, I'll use my tinder box to start it.
Okay. Yeah, but do you have dryer lint to help you with that?
Ooh.
It's the only way to make it work, man.
He's going to phone in a friend and call Alstus.
Everyone reach into your belly buttons.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
You get the fire roaring as you're all sitting around it. The sun now practically fully set as you look out, feeling the warmth of the fire, the coolness of the night. Although it's still rather comfortable, you're sitting there more relaxed than you've been able to be in days, feeling the relative safety being away between the shore and the tree line on this open area. You'd be able to see anything coming at you. And sitting around the fire looking out at the stars that are starting to present themselves and the rolling small waves, you are feeling relaxed. I mean, when you stopped at a shore, this is much like what you would have done with the rest of your crew from your ship, hanging out for the evening. Usually there'd probably be more drinking and laughing involved if you had been successful on one of the raids that you were trying to do, or drinking and sobered, not so sobered silence if you were unsuccessful. But yeah, it's a weird experience to be doing this with only the four of you, and after everything that's happened.
Does this technically count as a short rest?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you can say you've taken a short rest. It can be going into a long rest, whatever it is you want to do. But I understand you may not trust me as the DM to not throw things at you in the middle of the night. Although, why would I
wanted to do the short rest first.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of man you think I am.
I don't really trust Binkarella over here, but
well,
that's not my name.
Beatrice.
Binkatrice.
Binkatrice, yeah.
Okay. It would have been very nice for the rest of the crew to be here with us right now. I feel like
I miss Javier.
I have failed as a captain a bit.
I hated that guy.
What was wrong with Javier?
He's mean.
He was it's only because he bit you a couple times when you wouldn't stop messing with him.
I don't like being bit.
He only had like one tooth. It couldn't have hurt that bad.
That one tooth was sharp as fuck.
Well, he did file. That's true. He did file it down a bit.
I told you not to rub his belly when he was drunk. He gets a
He's
little
got
frisky.
a nice belly,
The good
though.
old days.
What a nice belly.
I had actually I had names of a few others too that originally from the first time we were together, but I don't remember what I called those people.
I don't know that I have those notes either, and although I don't know that you said too many of the names.
I picked like 2.
Yeah.
Wait, I actually know where they might be. Nope.
Okay, as the sun sets fully, the night sky is absolutely filled with these brightly shining stars, and the moon, you notice, is rather full as well. You sit there, this roaring fire, feeding it more wood every once in a while to keep it truly high and roaring, and there you find yourselves.
Wait, Jade, don't you have like a god you worship that you could ask to help us?
You have to remember to press the button.
So I guess only one of them works, not both of the command keys. I can try. I haven't prayed to him in a while.
Oh, now is the best time.
Sure.
Okay.
Who was your god, Jade? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. So that's good. You gave me one. I don't remember what it was.
Your god's name was Bink, and he was
No,
a beautiful
it wasn't.
gnome.
Oh my god, no, not even close.
He would have been.
I apologize, but unsure because it hasn't come up, and you gave me one when I said it's the one I wanted, and then you said no.
Umberly?
It wasn't. I said that one, and he said no. So
Okay.
I don't remember.
What was it?
I asked you who my god would be, and you told me.
Talos?
I don't remember. I'll go with Umberly. Why not? It's
Sure.
one game. It's one session. Sure.
Okay.
The Raven Queen.
I don't know who that is, but roll a religion check. As you sit down and pray. And I'm going to ask you to... Nice. All right. First, I'm going to ask you to explain what it looks like when Jade sits down to pray to her god.
I'm going to hold the conch shell that is my holy symbol in my hands and just get into a just a very focused, cross-legged, comfortable stance.
Sure. Was it? You know what? It was probably Lear, because that's the god of the sea in this world.
That's the one. I knew it when you said it.
Well, I didn't remember. That's right. You had the conch shell because it's the god of the sea. Okay. Oh, this is cool. So I am gonna do the DM thing with the nat 20 you just rolled in there and actually tell you what happens. But I also have to say this is the first PC we've had who worshipped one of the gods of men, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this
I
is
think so.
Definitely the first time that you've gotten a nat 20 on the one religion check you've rolled this entire campaign, and that's cool shit. Okay.
Well, is Bachita god of man?
No. Bachit is one of the major gods.
Oh, major. Okay.
Yeah, they're one of the major gods of the pantheon. The gods of men are very kind of humanoid centric, very actually human centric.
I should know all of them. Campaign 2. I should know all 5 of them.
Yeah, the main gods. There's not that many of those.
I only came from an island where they worshipped all of them.
All the gods of men, yeah. And Lear was one of them. Actually, aren't they called the Islands of Lear?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Okay.
See how much I remember about Naki.
Okay, so as Jade is sitting there, sorry guys, as I'm geeking out about this world's lore, you sit cross-legged in front of the ocean, and I think you scoot it up to the waterline so that it's kind of lapping over you a little bit. Makes you feel a little bit closer. And your eyes close, and you just hear the sound of the water. And you feel it as it washes over your legs and goes back out. And then washes over you again and then goes back out. And in this rhythm, little by little, you feel yourself being pulled into the sea. Until you are just in the water, right? And you don't fear. You're not scared at all in that moment. You feel yourself floating on your back far out to sea, and then slowly you start to sink under the water. But strangely, as you are floating under the water and feeling the water cover you, your perception changes. And it's like an eagle eye up in the sky as you're looking. And you see your island. You see the island that you are on, much smaller than it seemed when you were on it before. And you see the bright fire that's the beacon right off on the shore. And you look as your perception goes higher and higher up into the sky. You notice that out there is a ship. But it is so far away that it's going to miss you. What do you want to do?
I think I'm going to come out of the trance and come out of the water and shake it off like a cat would, like that, and then tell everybody that there's a distant ship and that I think we need to build a bigger fire to maybe be seen, or we need to make some sort of light to be seen, which I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to use Moonbeam to cast a 5-foot, 40-foot high, like, I think it's like it sounds like it's a shaft of light.
Yeah.
And everybody has to make saves. Sorry, guys. But I want the boat to see us, and I don't think it'll kill anybody.
Okay, so you're casting this shit right on top of people. All right. What
well,
kind of...
I mean, no,
yeah.
But like, what's its radius? Like, how many people is it going to... Oh, it's a 5-foot radius. So, yeah, no, I won't cast it on top of them then. Sorry. It was going to be a little bit more, like, all-encompassing. But no, 5 foot's not that big. So...
Yeah, Moonbeam. Cool shit. Okay, so... roll an Arcana check for me. All right. 14.
14.
Yeah, so as you cast this... Yes, Mick, you are. As you cast this beam of light kind of shoots out from the sky and goes into the sand, and you actually see it displace some of the sand, even though it does seem to be just a beam of pure light. And it radiates largely, pushing light out into the night, and you are hoping that will be enough to bring this ship in your direction. Is there anything anyone else wants to do to also assist this?
To rescue us out of the light, mayhaps?
Yeah.
Good one.
I don't. Oh,
There's nothing I can do to help.
Make the fire bigger. We should make the fire bigger.
I will start finding as much leaves and stuff, like bundles that we would have made, to throw them on the fire, because those give a good 20 seconds of whoosh.
Yeah. Give a nature check.
So good at those. 20.
Wow. Man, you guys are rocking those +1 rolls tonight. Okay, so at that, yeah, and all of a sudden, So the bonfire right next to this beam of moonlight just starts to roar. Anything Beatrice or Wave you would like to do?
I'm assuming, Jade, did you tell us that you saw a ship?
Mm-hmm.
And
She
that's
did.
why I
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cast Locate Object on a ship
Okay.
because it just has to be anything that is familiar to me, and it will let
Ships
me
are
know
rather familiar. Okay.
where it is, if it's in motion, which direction it's moving, if it's within 1,000 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So you ping on this ship. It's within 1,000 feet. It is pretty far out at this point, and you know its direction. It's kind of it is moving currently to miss you. I mean, and this is all happening very quickly, right? But it's if you are, let me go this way. If you are the island here, it is going to kind of like move past and beyond you. And I think you can relay that in rather very specific terms to where everything is, as you are very quickly, rapidly trying to do something to get this ship's attention. Binkini?
Jade, if your god is helping, see if they can move the currents to push them closer to the island.
Okay, so I'll hold my holy symbol again and just keep praying since it seems to be working.
Sure. Bink, what would you like to do to help out here?
Nothing, you asshole.
I'm gonna find a couple leaves. Throw them on. And hope they find us.
Roll a hope check.
It's a
The
D4
fuck?
Wisdom.
out of 20.
Roll a wisdom check for hope.
Okay.
Because maybe you can clap your hands and hope hard enough to save the fairy. We'll see what
I
happens.
think you did.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna dance instead.
That's a 21 for people who can't see.
Although he did roll a save, not a check, but that's okay. It's still a good
Oh.
roll. Still a
Just
good roll.
yeah,
Yeah.
just subtract the proficiency bonus.
Proficiency bonus.
Still a 16.
What does your dance look like, Binkatress?
A lot of spinning and twirling and kicking the captain. You know, all the things I would normally do.
Yeah.
Big ass.
And every
They have hair
time
on them.
his new big, unexpectedly big feet, her big unexpectedly big feet, hit you in the buttocks, it moves you closer to the fire, because she has a newfound foot power that she was not used to in the past. And at that, Wave, I think you start to notice that slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, but then, oh yes, definitely, this ship is coming our way. They have changed course.
Cap, we got their attention. They're coming.
Oh, it worked! Oh my god.
Can I ask a sailing question, DM?
Absolutely.
Is this ship big enough that it's going to have to send like a lifeboat of some sort, or like a smaller rowboat to the shore? Like it's not going to be able to get to the shore itself.
So because most of the ocean vessels that we deal with in this part of the world in this campaign and in the previous campaign are long ships, right? They are made to go up onto a beach. They are made to, or at least get close enough that people can jump in the water and then walk the rest of the way. That is what they are made to do. Lifeboats aren't really a thing. These are...
I know that that's not what they're called in that context, but I didn't know how to express the visual of what I...
No. I'm with you. I just think that's not a thing that they would have on this type of ship from this time period. So not too much of a worry. I mean, you didn't get a close look at this ship, right? And even if it's coming slowly. So I don't know if you want to do anything to prepare as it's coming in your general direction, but yeah, they would be, if not literally getting it right onto the beach, getting it close enough, and then just wading through the water for the rest of the way.
We should all stand together and wave our hands. Come here, guys.
Yes, but listen. So listen, we are going to play, the innocent role. If they would save us, be very nice. Once, we have to get a feel for who we think they are. If we feel they're weak, we are going to take the ship for ourselves. And the key word, if we're doing that, is Sputnik. If I say Sputnik, we're taking it for ourselves.
Sounds good, Captain.
How are we gonna operate it?
Oh, those type of things. They have these slaves for the rowers. You take the head off the beast. They'll listen to the new captain. So you don't kill the rowers. Obviously, just the crew, the strong looking ones. So just mainly the captain and whoever else won't follow me once the captain's dead. Kill the captain. I'm the new captain. If they don't agree with it, we throw them off overboard.
Sounds like a good plan.
I hope it doesn't. Oh my God.
No. You're going to be on the ocean. You'll be happy that you're back on the ocean and not stuck on some island.
So are they close yet, or?
Yeah, so they're getting close. So they are getting closer, and as they are getting closer to the shore, this is not the kind of ship you were expecting. This is not the kind of ship you are used to. It is still a longboat, right? You see the oars coming off, and almost lazily and daintily dipping into the water and moving this ship along. The sails are coming down as it gets closer and closer to you, but they are just this linen white, and the ship itself, even at a distance, you can tell it's very finely made. Made of high quality wood. It seems to have something carved on the front of it, and as it gets closer, you realize it's a warrior holding a sword out in front of them. Not quite sure what this is. It continues to move closer and closer with the sails down slowly, as all of the oars along the sides move in perfect unison to push this ship forward. And as it gets closer, you realize what you're looking at. It is a ship of high elves from the Crystal Tower, which is, as you guys know, up to the northeastern shore of the continent you were near. You don't know necessarily how close you are. If you have gone all the way up to like close to where they are, you've gone quite a distance.
Mick knows a bit about these elves. What does Hondo know about these elves?
Well, you guys knew that they were up there. Remember, when you were the first session, you were stopped hoping to find a trader moving between like the ports and the elves, so you definitely know about them. But to see like an elven ship like this, and even looking at it, watching the oars, this ship does not have rowers. They are magically moving. And again, this is a pretty low magic setting, so even that thing that might be mundane in another D&D world
is very impressive.
It's rather impressive and rather abnormal and a little hoity-toity. Like they could. So
are they close? So are they close enough for us to swim out to them now?
Yeah, it is getting closer, and the ship is able to turn a little bit as it's still a little ways out. And you notice the people. So you notice the people.
Go ahead.
Yep, up on deck. They all have this like beautiful shining armor on. They all seem to be elves, high elves. Their skin going from like kind of like light color pastels, some blues as they're looking out, all rather thin with pointed ears. They're all rather beautiful as well. It's almost difficult to tell the men from the women. And as you're there, someone yells out to you and says, "Hello! Who are
Thank
you?"
God. Oh, thank God you speak common. Oh, we are some merchants that have been stranded on this island for a few. Actually, I don't even know how long it was.
Are they? So we're all next to each other, right?
You guys are on the shore. They're probably like 40
No, I mean
feet
us, the four of us.
Yeah, you guys are all on the
Okay.
shore. They're about 40, 50 feet out into the water.
I'm gonna jump, like kind of walk away slowly, and then quickly dart, and then I'm gonna cast snare on all three of them
Okay,
in a
what
5-foot radius.
snare?
So, yep. Oh, it's not gonna do anything. Damn it! I'm gonna run. Help! Help! They stole me. You gotta get me out of here. And I'm gonna start swimming toward the boat. Help me!
Roll a deception check.
Please.
Okay.
Damn.
I love low rolls.
It's only a 10. It's not as low as I wish it was, but it's not too high either. As
Help me!
Yeah, as you're swimming out, the same man kind of looks at you and looks back to the shore and kind of like talks to some men at his side. And as you get close, one of them drops a rope over the side to you.
I'll take the rope up.
Sure. Yeah, and they pull you up, sopping wet at this point, out of the water. And as they do, two of the guards there hold you fast, one arm on either side of you.
Hey, let me go! I'm not the one.
I will yell. Besides this act of stupidity, would you allow the rest of us to? Would you give us passage to the next port town you are going to? Can we board your ship?
Roll a persuasion check.
16.
Okay. Swim out here. You may board.
Thank you. All right.
I think you're making a big mistake.
All right, let's go. I hope this goes well. Idiot.
Told you we should have killed her when we had the chance.
I thought about pushing her in the fire. And I'll swim.
Yeah, so you all get out to the ship, one at a time, climbing up that rope. And they release Bink when you get there and kind of step back so that you guys are all together on this ship. And there are a good amount of elves here. None of them have their hands on their weapons, but they have them all hovering in the general area of their weapons, not really trusting this kind of beat-up, sopping wet crew that's just entered their ship. The man that was yelling out to you kind of is like looking you over and says, "So you are stranded. How did you come to be here?"
You probably would not believe me, but it is a kind of a crazy story. So, we were sailing along and we came across a boat with some very strange undead activity going on, like some pirates with I don't know. So we tried to help the actual ship because of what was the traveling, and it didn't go so well. Then this giant thing popped out of the ocean and jettisoned us to this island. It called itself Master. It didn't give us a name, It gave us a task too, and it was very strange. And I don't want those details are kind of fuzzy because I feel like I may have just hit my head very hard when we got on the beach.
You say it was an undead that's called itself a master.
Oh no! There was undead on the ship, Then something came out of the ocean that called itself the Master and stopped all of that from happening. It destroyed all the ships and talked to us for a little bit and told us to go here and find something. But I think that may have not happened. We may have just got caught in a storm after the fight with the undead. I hit my head
How long have you been here?
I don't really know, because we were on the ground for a little while, so I don't know how many days went by. I think, at least I think from myself, it was like 3 days, but I could be very wrong.
He kind of looks around to the rest of the crew, and he says, "Only 3 days, you say?"
Mm-hmm. I hope so. If it was many more, I'm going to be very confused.
There had been talk of undead manning ships here close by, but supposedly that was taken care of several moons ago.
Several moons? Oh no. Wait. Like taken care of on the ocean, or like for good? Like where they find port?
I don't know, but there have been no...
Totally mattering that question.
There have been no reports of undead manning ships.
Oh. Well, I guess that is good. We don't want any of that to happen anymore.
But you tell us it has happened within days.
It was a very strange journey.
Our perception of time might be a little bit skewed. I wouldn't go by us.
Yeah, it's very hard to believe, so I rather not even try to convince you.
You will...
I would really like to go back to Kujar.
Kind of like looks around, says, "Where is the rest of your crew?"
I think they drowned in the ocean.
And what kind of ship did you man?
You know, like a longship.
Of what purpose?
We were merchants. We went back and forth from Kujar to a few other port cities, traveling with spices.
Spices?
Mm-hmm. You put it on your food.
There has been an increased talk of pirates in the area.
Yeah. I think that's what those undead were. We tried to help out the other ship, but, you know, it didn't go so well. We ended up stuck on this island.
We were attacked by a myriad, Captain.
Oh, that's what it was. Thank you.
Talking to this captain.
Oh.
The elvish captain.
I am not the captain of this ship. I
was the captain of my ship, but it was destroyed.
I am Balin Mushai from the Crystal Tower.
Oh, I could tell by the ears.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Balin. We
gives a nod.
We lost our ship from an elemental attack. You can understand our confusion and our lack of ability to count the days, how long we were transported to this island by the myriad, how long that journey took, how long we were trapped here foraging for food.
There has also been talk of an elemental threat in this area. That would explain some things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you are welcome to stay on this ship until we reach Gujar.
Oh, wonderful. That's where you're going. That's perfect.
You will be asked to earn your keep. I assume you all know how to work on a ship.
I mean...
Well, most of us do.
Yes, I do. And I'll bat my eyelashes at him. Anything for you, beautiful.
Yes.
Would it... would it be completely how should I say this? Out of the realm of possibility to know that this, and I'll like pat Beatrice's head.
Yeah.
Was a little gnome a few days ago named Bink.
It seems as
No,
if,
I wasn't.
It seems as if you had a very interesting story to tell. You will
I
have
may have
to
eaten-
regale me with it on the way to Gujarat.
Yeah. Well, I may have eaten some mushrooms on the island that weren't so good for me, but sure.
It's definitely a tale that goes better with some ale.
Listen,
I fear
Oh,
you
very
may
nice.
not. I fear you may not find ale on this ship.
Very nice wine. I know you elves love your wine.
does he have a sword on him?
And he smiles and says, "That you might." On him, no. On a lot of the other elves around here, yes. He also is not wearing armor. He's kind of in what you would imagine to be like very fine scholar's robes.
Where's your captain?
And a man steps forward in that full armor, actually wearing his helmet as well. And
No.
he says, "I am the captain here."
I knew you were. I could tell. You're so strong. Come
But-
over here for a second.
And the captain nods at Balin and says, "He outranks me. He is in charge."
Damn it. Get away from me.
Is there a crow's nest at the top of like the mast of the ship? Is there a mast on the ship?
There is, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna kind of like nod to Balin, point up to the crow's nest, and just like, because he said to work, just start like climbing up there.
My good
The
friend,
best lookout you could ask
Per-
for.
perhaps you would wish to sleep for the evening first, though.
Oh, that would be nice. It is late.
Sure.
But
Of
you know,
course.
well, it is up to you, Wave. But I will say to you, if you would allow it, he kind of, because he's so good at it, he got used to sleeping up there. But wherever you're most comfortable.
I would kind of turn towards Balin and say, "My lord, I will. You're in charge of the ship. I will sleep where you direct me to."
Maybe
Yes.
I can sleep in your chambers.
I don't
No.
think so.
No.
Why not? Look at my feet.
These men will show you below where you may sleep.
I'll meet you later. Don't worry, you don't have to tell nobody what's going on.
Cat.
You and I are gonna have a good time.
And this ship actually, it's a lot fancier than yours. Yours didn't really have a below ship. Like, it had a little bit of a cargo space, but mostly you all just slept on the deck. This actually has a below deck, mostly because it doesn't really need a space for rowers, right? Like, it magically rows itself. You don't need that. That opens it up a little bit. And you have kind of like those not so comfy ship bunks, one on top of the other below the deck, that are extremely comfortable compared to anything that you've had recently.
I call top bunk.
And you can all get yourselves a long rest, sleep very peacefully through the evening as this ship lazily almost makes its way in the direction of Gujar. Now we're going to do a little bit of a jump there. I don't know if you want to do like the next day, but I was going to do like over the course of, the next however long.
Yes, that works because I don't want to cause no trouble unless Beatrice is stepping out of line.
Me and the guy in charge fall in love.
No.
Long story short,
Balin.
I'm pregnant.
Nope. I think you may have been eating the mushrooms.
So a couple things. Balin Mushai is rather a lovely man. Honestly, he's very attentive. He's very willing to help you guys out, make sure you get food, but then also making sure, that you're able to get your talents and work on the ship as you're doing things. Some things that do happen.
Very attentive to my needs.
Some things that do happen, and I want to kind of talk about a little bit how they happen. So one is you tell Balin your story. Who do you think? Do you guys all equally talk to him about it? Do you?
After our vigorous lovemaking, I tell him the story
No.
of how we got here. What a stud.
You mean after the daydream of that happening, and you were just drunk on wine, and you just have diarrhea of the mouth?
Sure.
Okay.
We could roll for it. Matt wants to put it to chance.
Why don't you roll a persuasion check, and it's going to be a pretty high DC to seduce Balin Mushai.
Come on.
Getting in the
Come on. What was it again? Persuasion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural one.
Natural one.
I love low rolls.
The opposite of failing seduction.
All right.
Damn it.
Getting stabbed and thrown overboard.
So, Bink, now Beatrice, attempts to seduce Mushai. And instead of seducing him, she ends up now getting herself locked up in the brig for 3 days.
Damn it.
And while she is locked up for that time, I think the rest of you help to regale Balin with this story.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that has to happen, that I'm interested in you telling me how this happens, is he gets the key.
Ooh.
Now you find out he is a scholar. He is going through Gujar to go up to Parsa, which is the cradle of human civilization, to study in their libraries, to learn as much as he can, to share the knowledge of the elves and, reciprocally get the knowledge of the humans as well. And that he is pretty high ranked in the hierarchy of the Crystal Tower. So I don't know the reason, but it was already kind of set up in the last episode with Group 1, so he somehow gets this key.
I would like to, especially over the 3 days Beatrice is in the brig.
Right.
Have some very good conversations with him where I really feel like I look into his character.
Sure.
To see how much I understand who he is and if he's really doing these stuff. And I'll let fate decide, but I kind of feel that goes well, and I feel the key scares me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't like strange power I don't understand, and I like what I can control as the captain. I want to, I steal some things, I take it, I make some money. It's simple. That key is not simple. It just leads to problems. So, if I really trust him, I think he's the best bet to have it. Because, I want a simple life of just, take what I want, make some money, and that's it.
Sure. Why don't you roll an insight for me, just to see, what insight you can gain on this character. Because remember, part of this campaign, too, this short-run thing that I really like, is we're filling out the world with NPCs, right?
I got a 5.
So that's a 5.
So can we say that in my attempt to seduce him, I gave him the key?
No, you didn't have the key.
I want the key. Give me the damn key. Let him fall in love with me, Joshua. Damn it. Fucker.
All right, so
Cock blocking me.
I can't.
Cube.
Cube blocking.
Some people will get that, some people will not.
I think it's rather self-explanatory. So Hondo, yeah,
Is
you. I mean, I got a visual. You. I can't just stop picturing the cube. Like it just came out of a package.
I'll stop, I promise.
You find that you think you can trust him. Certainly, he has he is full of books, and a lot of the storage there do seem to be old books. A lot of them written in Elven, Celestial, Primordial, a couple of them. Though you don't get too much. Most of them are well packed and sealed, so you don't get too much of a perusal there. And he is good to you. He finds you a place. You can tell the captain is a bit reticent about having you guys here, but he is rather adamant that you guys are here. I think you also realize he's not dumb, and he might strongly suspect y'all are pirates, right? But he seems to kind of let it go. You know what I mean? Like, he found people that were stranded. They needed help, so he helped them. And it's a very... It's not the way that most people would react to you, to any of you.
That is true, and it might change my outlook on life and make some stories that will be told about me very true.
Yeah.
I think over the course of talking with him and telling the story, because Wave has no reason not to tell the absolute truth to this guy, especially if the captain is being truthful as well. He's following Cap's lead. He actually shows him the key when he's talking about how we locked up certain things and how we froze a Kraken and the whole 9 yards, and shows it to him. And Wave is very uncomfortable with the arcane as well. I know nature,
right,
and I know the elements, and I don't. He saw a lot of potentially bad things happen with this key tool, or he understands that there is a possibility for some bad stuff to happen, and he doesn't want it either. So he would kind of ask the Cap, do you think it's a good idea that we give it to this guy because he understands magic and he might be able to do something with it? He might know how to actually use this damn thing, which I still don't know how to use.
It is a great idea too, and the elves can be they can be selfish to protect their own society. But, they don't harbor very strong ill will towards others. Sometimes, yes. But, they don't want to see anyone burn and die, really. Not like the Durgar, if you heard of them. They're evil warmongers. The elves are, they're okay.
So if Cap thinks it's a good idea, I'll offer it to him and say, I think you guys might have a better understanding of what this is or what it can do, and I don't want it.
Yeah. And he graciously accepts it. He is very thankful that you're entrusting him to it, and he's very forthright. I have never heard of this middling altar, but it does seem as if quite a few of the beings, these entities of the outer planes, had heard of it before. They seem to know not only that it existed, but what its purpose was.
Just like they
wanted control of it.
Yeah, they are the outside looking in and being like, I want to take that, and this is how, and we have no idea that it even was here.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah, very much so. That's why I should not have it,
Right. Well, it makes me nervous that these creatures vie for control of something that is connected to our realm, and we don't even know it exists.
That is true. We have to find some way to control our own land and world. We are here, not them. They have no right to it. We want to do what we please.
Well said. When I get to Parsa, perhaps I will be able to do some investigating and find out more about this. You say it was shiny when you saw it, yes? Look now, it looks rather old. And you mentioned it had a gem in the back. This simply looks like a metal key.
Well, it changed a couple times as we were looking at it. It started vibrating in my hand when it wanted me to use it and doing a whole bunch of weird stuff.
How strange. I will see if I can find out more about it. Perhaps tomorrow evening I should let your friend out. But really, you must keep him from my chambers. It's very uncomfortable.
Oh, you're no kidding. You tried dealing with the fact that it used to be a little gnome. A boy. And now she is a girl. That is the halfling. I don't...
And apparently wants to use her feminine wilds now that she finally has some.
Mm-hmm.
She is rather liberal with showing her newfound parts.
That's right, baby.
You think she'd be more interested in them herself than showing them to other people?
Can I hear this?
I think they just, and they don't realize it, but they happen to be on the floorboards directly above, like they're on the top deck, but they're directly above where you are.
That's right, big boy. Come down here and I'll show you.
You don't want to see that.
Perhaps another day then.
I hear she has fairy fire crotch.
That's not true. I had it and I got something for it. I'm good.
You know, it makes the sparkles happen in the crotch region, so you cannot go invisible because your crotch is always glowing.
We do have a salve that takes care of that, though I don't know we have any on board here.
So yeah, don't go near her.
Fire fairy crotch, guys. You heard it here first. Okay. It takes you over a week to make it to Gujar. It takes you quite a while. You weren't expecting that, and this ship is moving slowly. You realize you were actually not super far from where you started off. Not super far at all. Slightly northward, up and around the coast, and further out into the ocean, where there's these tiny uninhabited dotted islands out there. It's a place that usually people wouldn't go. This ship was going purposely further out from shore to hopefully avoid the pirates that there has been rumors about recently. It seems that there was supposed to be a treaty, a marriage between one of those marauding lords and one of the lords of the city of Gujar. Except it turns out that went super awry. The woman that they were supposed to marry ended up dead.
I don't know who could have possibly done that.
Yeah, and as a result of this, it's kind of caused a little bit of chaos there to the south of the continent, as people that were a bit tamed by the hope of this marriage union have kind of been vying for power, and a lot of that power is going to be gained by gold. So they are working on getting their hands on everything they possibly can.
Oh, the city is now in chaos. I like it.
But you do, in fact, make your way to Gujar, and you see the sea walls of Gujar, high, tall, and strong as they are, that one canal in the center leading through. This being one of the larger ships is moored outside of these walls, and they are rowed in not by some of the, private contracting rowers, anyone with a rowboat who's willing to take people in, but they are actually brought in specifically by the Sabir family, ships that come in and help to bring in dignitaries and other people of importance. So you all get off this large boat all together, with Balin, the captain, and a couple of the guards on this tiny rowboat as it starts slowly to push off and make its way towards the city of Gujar.
There is eventually, I don't know if I'm skipping something right now or anything, there is this very handy ship repairman, that works here. I want to pay a visit and through some information gathering, see if, someone forgot to pick up a ship and, that's my new ship. If you catch my drift.
I fucking love that. Yeah.
This
So
can also be a boat.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, yes, it does.
What?
The magical boat from
that never got picked up by some
from
people.
our first campaign that's still there because it was getting repaired. I love the lore that Hondo is the one that becomes the captain of it later on. That's really, really cool.
Oh, I'm all confused.
And
You played the first campaign.
Yeah, I'm the one who's confused.
Yeah, were you? Although, yeah, Tony was there. Tony was there for the what's her name girl,
Yes.
right? Yeah, he was there for. Okay.
That's when he came back. That's when we met Lucius, because Lucius took out Yusuf.
But he didn't
and they
really.
all-
To be fair, you didn't get to play on that boat too much. The boat was already proper fucked by the time you came back. So.
That's legit.
Yeah. It also hasn't been paid for. I'm sure Hondo can find his way around that.
You take it every night after he fixed it because he thought it would be paid for. That's what I do.
So good. But as you're on this small rowboat on your way in, you feel a bit of a wave, and it seems unnatural. The sea seems rather calm on this day, bright, hot as it is, and then again the ship just, as if something passing under it makes it list. Everyone on board kind of has to push their weight to one side to make it go back, and everyone's kind of looking around. Can you guys make perception checks for me, all four of you?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 3.
Yes.
10.
18.
All right. Binkini. I already used that one. I need a new one.
Beatrice.
Binkala. You look into the water, and while everyone else is kind of looking around, trying to see what's going on, what was that? You look into the water and you look deep in, and you see a pair of eyes looking back at you. And they do seem to be rather familiar. And though you see the eyes first, then you see the face that frames them. And it does seem to be this amphibian-like large face of the master, that water genie that you saw at the beginning of this. And he is glaring at you. Before he
Stop looking at me.
And with that, he kind of blinks and then swims away further out of the water. You're the only one that saw it.
Ugly guy. I'm not gonna tell anybody about it.
Sure. You make your way onto the shores of Sidim. Balin wishes you well. And
Not
says,
Sidim.
I'm sorry, yes, to Gujar. Very different cities.
I would love to go back to there.
Historically, there is no more Sidim. It has sunk.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gone bye-bye. So he says goodbye to you, goes off to do his business, and you find yourselves in the city of Gujar, a rather bustling, busy town. What would you like to do in Gujar, y'all?
I'm gonna say, see y'all later. I'm done with this bullshit.
Oh, thank God.
And I'm gonna go find the nearest whorehouse. I'm putting the books down, and I'm gonna become the best escort in the world.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna become
I'm done.
Do you? Oh no, this is a different time. You can go. No, never mind.
Yep, nope,
That's it.
nope. It doesn't line up. I was thinking myself. We could make it line
No,
up.
no, you could, kick someone in the chest, but it already happened.
Yeah, I find a place called Dr. Euphoria's
Wonder Emporium.
I find it and I become.
It could be a family business. It could be run by Dr. Euphoria's grandfather.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yes,
I become,
this is.
Oh my God.
You are able to find the.
What do they call
this
them?
is so he wasn't. So back in this generation, it wasn't Dr. Euphoria. It was Euphoria Esquire, the Emporium of Wonders.
Mm.
And certainly, you are there, and I want you to make just one charisma check. One single charisma check that will decide the rest of Bink Beatrice's future for her entire existence.
Oh, please tell me she gets engaged to the hammer.
That's a 7+1. Everybody.
You should have given me advantage, but that's fine.
I want her to be married
fine.
to the hammer.
Wanted to give you
the hammer old enough?
disadvantage. The hammer? No, I mean I don't think Minotaurs live that long, y'all.
No.
Beatrice is able to gain employment. However, due to her combative nature, she manages to turn off many of her customers, as well as, in fact, the owner himself. And soon they are rather at each other's throats, with Beatrice always threatening to overthrow the good Euphoria and take over. And she does, in fact, make herself rather necessary to the operation in a lot of ways, but always has this kind of butting heads kind of thing with everybody. What do the rest of you do?
I would tell Cap I need to go stock up on some supplies first. I need to find a fletchery to get some more arrows, get my bow looked at, and maybe start trying to make some money by going back to hunting outside the city a little bit and see if I can sell some wares here in the streets.
Yes, and I taught you well. Keep your ears open as always. You know what to listen for.
I'll know the code word when it's time to come back.
Oh, not that. I mean, things we could benefit us.
Oh, of course. It's jobs.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I would say Wave probably comes back with the information about the ship.
Yeah, I think I want to end with that.
I'm going to collect material components for any spells that require material components.
Yeah, sure. So while Wave goes out and tries to gather information and earn a little bit of side money, Jade is able to go to that large open marketplace in the center of Gujar and get all the components for everything you need. You visit, I think, the temple of your god here, and thank Lear for the help that was given to you to get off the island. It really couldn't have worked out any better. Literally, it could not have worked out any better. It was a nat 20 on a 20. It doesn't get better than that. And then, Wave comes across some information. There were some people here before
Oh, I would. Before we get to that, I wanted to say something I did.
Sure. Well, at least you got the information now before we get there, because I have a couple other
But-
inputs that I want to give to. But go ahead.
Before that, I would like to spend some time, I hear whispers of some families that are not doing so well, that were, prominent before. And I want to, offer my services to, try to help them get back to where they were. It might not be so ethical, and we will do good deeds along the way. But, you finance me a little bit, I help you out lots.
Would that be before or after getting the ship, though? That you
Before.
Okay. So you're gonna offer your services to who? The Sabir family to help them get back on top?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I know it's not even going to happen, but I'm going to get rich off of it anyway.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, this is after we left the Sabir family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to get it open quick enough to keep this stream going. But you do, in fact, meet with the new head of the Sabir family. And maybe if Mike is on, he can tell me what that oldest brother's name was. Because I'm sure he has that at the tip of his tongue from a year ago when we were playing this campaign. Roll a persuasion check.
Oh.
And tell me what it is, because I'm still clicking around, because I want to find this guy's freaking name.
17.
All right. That's really good. Okay. I think that you are offered a position as the first privateer of the Gujarine Navy. And it is very much not allowed to happen. But kind of with the new, to give a very 12-second background to this to viewers, there was a coup within this major family, and this guy whose name I can't find because Google Drive is going really slow, he took over from his father in a way that was not really legal, but when you're, in charge, you get to decide what's legal. And with that, he kind of goes with it, I think. And this is actually flushing out this part of the world more than I had even thought of before. But that works really well, that he would entrust Captain Hondo and say, I can't provide you with a ship, but I can provide you with my sigil, And if you are stopped by anyone thinking of policing these waters, you can show them this and say that you do this in my name, and you just have to give me a cut of the profits.
That is what every pirate wants to hear.
Yeah, so I think you are the first privateer of this entire world, which is just super duper fun.
Wow.
All right, so are we gonna do a 10-minute heist?
I found out about a boat.
Oh yes, it's a very special boat.
And I think with her arcane knowledge, so you hear about this boat. That's right. This is the little thing I was going to go into before. You hear about a boat that was left by a group of adventurers. These adventurers that caused all these problems in the town, right? They're the ones that murdered the girl that was supposed to marry that other person.
Dashpan girl.
The Dashpan girl. Dashpand.
I'm in the bar talking to the waitress, and I'd be like, "Really? You kicked him right in the chest?"
Oh yes, I did. Square in the chest, that bastard. I'd do it again too. I'm at a new restaurant now. I lost that job. They fired me for doing it. I'd do it again.
Yeah, you should have kept your job.
Tony, she's talking about you.
I can't believe you guys remember
No, she's
that.
not. That's great, actually.
He got kicked in the chest.
I tried.
And you hear a little bit about it, and there's word around the street that that Wave gets, that this thing can actually change size. It can go from a small box to a large ship to a boat. It has been repaired and is in great repair right now. Jade, you have heard of this kind of magical item before. Usually it would be controlled by a magical word of some kind. Although, who's to say what that is? How do you want to go about getting this this boat, you guys? It's a ship right now. It's on the inner canal of the river that runs the canal that runs through this city. It is in the boat repair kind of area, but probably pushed off to the side because it's been repaired for a while. Just no one is come to claim it. They're not really sure what to do with it. And actually, I think you use a little bit of your newfound clout, Hondo, to find out that if this thing went missing, it doesn't belong to anyone. No one's really coming to look for it. The only thing that's being missed out really is the wages that would have, well, not even the wages, but the profit that would have been paid to the boat repair person. And he's already kind of counted that as a loss.
Oh, so All right, listen. I have an idea. No, we know this is a special boat. We cannot just sail out in the harbor. It's in the repair shop, But I think we can. I don't think I trust those old adventurers to be too smart about what they make their magic words to be. I think we can guess it. So we break in the middle of the night and we make it small and just walk right out with it.
Couldn't you just ask insert Yusuf's brother's name here for the ship?
Well, he does not own the ship. No one really does, and if he claimed to own the ship, he'd have to pay for the repairs that happened. And they are not so much in the good situation to pay for that right now.
I think it was Aban.
Oh, Oban. Yes, he is not old.
I think that was the oldest brother. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Nawar. He was the oldest. Okay. I have a list oldest to youngest, so he was the one. There
Nawar. These families, their worth and their power is based on how much money they have. So, 2,000 gold to go. I just made that number up. I think that was what it was. That's a lot to spend on to diminish some power. So we have a boat. It's kind of secret that we are doing what we're doing.
Well, if you think you can guess it, Cap, I'm all for it. I mean, I can't really help you with anything there.
Oh, we use normal words like get small and that type of stuff. We'll get it eventually.
So that night, dressed all in black, you will attempt to make your way to the boat docks. Why don't all of you roll a stealth check for me? At advantage. No. It's nighttime. You've staked it out.
25.
Okay. That's a natural 20 for me.
19.
Wow. Never mind. At disadvantage. Oh wait, it's still pretty good. Yeah. So you guys are all but silent. Hondo being the least sneaky of you, but even he is able to keep it well under the radar as you go, and you find your way past.
Technically, I got the 15 because I have disadvantage for my armor.
So it's a straight roll. So you get a 15. Then you die. No, that's still alright.
50 arrows.
You make it past the docks where some boats are just being built right there. Some are being repaired. Some are simply docked, but off to the side, kind of moored. Right onto the sand so that it couldn't sail away. It couldn't possibly sail away. it's too far onto the beach is the ship in question. You look it over. It does seem to be in rather good repair, but looking around, no one really seems to be too close around and noticed you get over here. You go around to the other side of the ship and look it over. Put your hand on the hull. You realize, yeah, this is definitely seaworthy. It's good to go. But now what to do?
Okay. Small. Why didn't it change? Come on, they're not that smart. Small, medium, large. Damn it, I thought that would work.
Shrink.
Does anyone have any magic that they would like to use that might help, or a skill, or
I think this is going to be dumb luck, but
or a check, or I'm very open.
I just told you, Wade just knows nothing about the arcane, and this is all freaking
I'm
out
so
to him.
emotionally invested in this happening that it's not gonna take much.
Jade, do you think one last time your god this is the time to ask them, because this is your ticket back onto the ocean.
I think that Lear would want me back.
Oh yeah. So he has to help us and get this.
While they're
I'm going to pray with my conch shell.
Okay. While they're doing that, and Hondo is looking expectantly at Jade, Wave, can you give me not a stealth check, but a perception check?
Mm-hmm. It's a 15.
Okay. You kind of go under the boat a little bit because it's just listed off to the side, and you look kind of at the bottom because you think you see something scrawled there, and you go and you get really close, and there's definitely something there. I think you splash some water from your water scout to clear it off and let your eyes focus and adjust. What were the words? I know Mick remembers. It's
ship. Box.
But box is the last one. Yeah, it literally is like a childish cartoon picture that someone has like scrolled into it, and it shows like the big boat, and it wrote equals, and then they wrote out boat, and then did the same thing for ship and box.
All right, I would touch it and say box.
This thing starts to fold over onto itself little by little, until and it takes a mere amount of seconds before right in front of you is just this small, well-crafted wooden box. You are all now out in the open, however, because your cover that was this ship has now disappeared. All of you, I need you to roll another stealth check quickly. Not at advantage, just straight roll.
I am never paying port fees ever again. This is going to be amazing.
12.
Ooh, 12.
2 12s and a 23. Let's see what they're rolling against.
Ooh.
Hey! What's that over there? Sound the alarm! What's that? Did the bloody ship disappear? I want all of you to roll athletics checks as you try to fucking book it out of there.
Oh, I like those.
Okay.
18.
18.
I feel like I passed the stealth check, so I should be okay here, shouldn't I?
It's a party check, so it's kind of taking the average. That's the way these work. And yeah, so at average, definitely, you guys just start taking off like, oh shit, grab the box! With just the deckhands running after you. Eventually you hear what sounds to be like a whistle being blown. But at that point you are back in the city, disappearing through the, though less busy than during the daytime, still busy streets. I think you just take the cloaks that you were wearing and fucking ditch them in an alley somewhere and keep going. Back to the Emporium of Wonders where you were staying, where your good friend Beatrice has found gainful employment. And you go saddle back into this bar, Beatrice sitting there, heaving bosoms, out and showing, hoping to attract a patron of the night.
Oh, you know, Beatrice, I will pay you for the night.
Sure.
You will lick my boots all night. And I don't mean that in any type of innuendo way. I want you to literally clean my boots with your tongue. I've been walking in mud all day.
Okay.
I didn't think you'd actually say yes. That's kind of gross. I was just kidding.
I need some money.
I feel bad for you. No, I don't.
Give you,
Go away.
No, she
What?
tried to kill you, Cap. She
Yeah.
tried to
like
kill you
three-
several times.
at
That's
least
the old me.
3 times. I don't care. Go away.
That's the old me. I would never do that now.
Cap, would you like a little ornate wooden box?
Oh, yes, I would. Please.
And as Captain Hondo and his crew, with their new ship in a box, prepare and sit and laugh and joke and eat and drink while they are planning for their next set of adventures as privateers of the House of Sabir. That is, I think, my friends, where we end it. Oh,
Good ending. I loved it.
that was good. I was not expecting a 15-minute heist at the end of this, but I'm into it. I'm 100% into it.
Oh, as soon as I knew we were going back and I knew the timeline we're on, I'm like, I have an idea.
Yeah, no, that is wonderful, and it fits. It just fits. It fits so well. I love when magic items become artifacts, right? And part of the reason of this world being so young is, yes, I mean, there were plenty of things that came before, but it's not like that pseudo-Renaissance fantasy, right? Where, like, all these things have a long history. Like, you guys are creating the history of these things. And I just think that's so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said you are probably going to find Yusuf's weed
Mm-hmm.
under the seat of the boat. So
Hopefully.
something else to
So
look
what is
for.
this?
And Beatrice's OnlyFans is only 5 copper a month to subscribe.
Yep, that's right.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I'm good.
Nah.
If you give me 6 copper, I'll show you some real good picks.
I don't think so.
You'll lick some boots on screen.
I'll subscribe to the hammer instead.
Yes.
He's got nothing on me.
Yeah, I mean, I think he gives it all away for free. He's just a man of the people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Having water.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. You guys here, our Monday group, everyone who's played for the last 9 weeks. This has been awesome. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We've never done
Very fun.
We've never done one of these like mid-run kind of campaign things before. You know, where it's not like a 1-2 shot, like, 9 sessions, actually 18 sessions really, because the 2 different groups.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning to end, have a full story out there. I think we are missing like a couple of videos, like maybe one from this group, one from the other group, but we do the recaps at the beginning anyway, so I think it's good. Yeah, I think we're like good to go. I like it. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you everyone who's given us some follows from this stream, who subscribed from this stream. We really appreciate it. It really helps the channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you can always hit that subscribe with free Amazon Prime. I'm working on typing something up that's like a very easy instructions of how to do that exactly, because I know some people would want to help out our channel and could do it for totally free. They just might not know how.
Right.
It involves you learning how to do it yourself, and then you type what you learned.
Right. No, I've done it. I'm set up, man. I am. I subbed. And then so I mean a lot of stuff. I also feel like this stream, maybe more than any others, has really like kicked off other people running things, and not just running it but streaming it too, which is really exciting. So we have the 2DM co-DM'd Do You Fear Death on Sunday, which is hilarious. This just absolutely hilarious, crazy mega dungeon that people have been working on for like as long as I've been alive. I think people have been working on it, and it's gone through different versions of Dungeons and Dragons. It's intimidatingly cool, but luckily it's on a time limit, so we will not feel needed to explore every inch of it. We also have just like a Theros campaign.
Champions of the Gods. Yeah, if you're fans of Magic the Gathering, we got a campaign set on Theros. All of the gods are there. It's a fun time. It'll be a very Greek myth inspired, high level, 14 to 20 characters. So if you've ever had that character that you always wanted to know what's going to happen when they get to level 18 or 20, this is the time you get to play it.
Yeah, so cool. Those high level characters. On the other hand, we're going to be doing a separate stream once I figure out who's going to be doing it. That's going to be all very low level, and we're going to be running the official published Tumblewood campaign, where we're going to be starting off as level 1 little woodland creature, murderous little woodland creatures. And I'm really looking forward to that as well. And then I
still had the best character for that game. I was telling Mike about it, about being Philly Goothith. And eventually, I'm gonna talk with someone about that, and that accent will make its way into your campaign.
Well,
somehow.
I'm not, and I'm totally not against, like, I think Humblewood is a super impressive independent campaign setting. And there are other like woodlandy creature ones, but even like the Pantheon of Gods they have, and the factions they have, the work they put into it is extremely impressive. So I could see us starting with official stuff, and maybe later that turns into something else, where we're improvising on it a little bit too. I will definitely give a shout out to the Dark Fortunes podcast, which is the official the sponsored podcast for the Humblewood campaign setting. Although they're not in Humblewood, they're in a separate area, a pirate bay to the south. So I could see us possibly even at some point venturing out of the Humblewood and into other areas, exploring some of the cool things that I've been hearing about on their podcast too. I don't want to keep everyone. I mean, I'll sit here all night and talk about all the really fun things I plan on doing. We're going to probably be running an Urban Shadows campaign at some point that I still got to talk to people about. But I bought the book, so I'm running the campaign at some point. And yeah, keep in touch. Give us a follow on this channel, Twitter, Facebook. We're super active on there, letting you know all the things as they come and all the information we get. And we love you guys. We love being part of this hobby and sharing what we do with everyone. All right. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.